your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. Alright, let's start the show. What is going on, Mavericks? We are back with another episode of The Unusual Mavericks. I'm your boy Kwame, joined by the handsome, the bearded one, the melanated proficient, Just Dominic.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Kwame. Hey, everybody. Boy, am I excited about today's show.
Today is a good day. What's going on, Keith Reynolds? How you doing? Welcome to the house. Michelle Holly, how you doing, Queen? Thank you for joining. Kayla's in the building. How you doing?
Kayla.
Dr. Holt is in the building as well. Thank you guys
so much for
tuning in. Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a quick favor and hit that like button. Share if you haven't done so, and subscribe. Please subscribe. It does help the algorithm, and it does. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. And yeah, we got a little surprise for y'all. You know, she decided to come all the way from down the street, down the lane. You know, from one of our sister churches. Praise God. And we want to thank God. We want to thank God for her. All right. We want to thank God for her because she came through with her beautiful self. All right. Reading these girls for filth in the church. And she came over and said, hey, it's
all the way from Baltimore.
All the way from Baltimore. It's time to hang out with the Unusual Mavericks. Because we're a little unusual. And she likes a bit of weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help us welcome the illustrious, the gorgeous, the amazing Cocktails with Catrice. Yes.
Yay!
What's up, Queen?
Hey, everyone. How you doing?
Yes. How you doing today, Queen?
I'm doing wonderful. How y'all doing? I'm so happy to be here.
Thanks for coming on through. We appreciate you.
Pretty good.
Yes. Now, typically, a lot of people say, well, why is Cocktails on it? This ain't got nothing to do with churches. Listen, today it's all about authors. It's all about Black girl magic. If you guys have been paying attention these past couple of weeks, Dominic has been producing the hell out of the show and making sure that we learn about amazing Black contributors to the comic world. And today is no different. And today we're talking about an amazing queen called Alitha Martinez. And who is she? But in addition to all of the stuff we talked about a lot of different kings and queens on this show that has done great things. But we wanted to bring Catrice on here because we want to always hear from the audience perspective as well. Even people who are not as nerdy as we are. You know, everybody. It's a little nerd in everybody. It's a little maverick and unusual in everybody. But to make sure that we have, or Dominic and I wanted to make sure that we wanted to have somebody from a different perspective, and we can kind of make it a little fun because she's an author too. You know, she's booked in business too. And we got her book. Okay.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Triumph over adversity. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's right.
Y'all go onto Amazon and grab this book right here. It's called Triumph Over Adversity by Catrice Downs. Yes. Grab it. It's really, really good. It's really, and it's an easy read, y'all.
Thank you so much.
You don't need to have a collegiate education to read this. She breaks it down for you in simplistic terms. For if you're church hurt, if you ever been hurt by the church, if you're looking for spiritual guidance, this is where it is. This is where it is. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate you all for that.
Of course,
it's a really good read. It's a really, really good read, and I can see your book becoming a graphic novel, which will classify as a comic book. Because just imagine you sitting down with another sister who's, been in a church. She knows what you've been through, and she's like drawing, different it would be beautiful to see this book also as a graphic novel, and it would open you up to a whole new audience.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, something to think about.
Yeah,
you'll have to call Alitha and see if she's free. See if y'all can sit down and think up something.
Get her on the line, child. Let's get Alitha here.
Wait, Catrice, your co-host not next to you for this engagement. You don't even know. You don't even know what's about to go down. It's going to be shenanigans.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you.
You know, we don't do ugly over here at Pyro. Okay.
That's
okay,
right.
Period. Attitude, personality, nothing. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so everybody on the network is gorgeous. Everybody that comes through is gorgeous. Our pyromaniacs are gorgeous. All right,
yes.
That's what we do. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get this back together. Get some things here. Before we get started with everything, we want to get into now Catrice. This is new for her. Okay, so
yes.
You don't know the process. Okay, we're gonna walk her through it. So it's gonna be all fun.
Hold my hand, child.
And our first guest, so we're happy.
Yes, I'm very happy. Thank you so much for breaking our guest cherry on the show.
Our cherry.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, it's too early to get hot and bothered, child. Okay.
Right. So we usually there's a lot of different things like on Catrice's show. Definitely make sure you guys follow Catrice over at Cocktails with Catrice on YouTube. But she has breaking news segments, and we have a breaking news segment as well. It's called the Mavericks Alert. We're about to get into it. Let's get into it. That's right. We are in the Maverick Alert, y'all. Maverick time, Maverick Alert. So the first thing up is we have some the Aquaman 2 trailer has dropped. Okay, the Aquaman 2 trailer has dropped. Dominic, you want to tell us a little bit about what's going on with this?
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of nerds have been speculating because Warner Brothers has announced that they have to scale back with a lot of their spending because of the strike. Because of the strike, we know there's not a lot of new products that are coming to the streaming apps or going to movies, which means their income now is starting to dry up. So with that, they made the announcement that they're going to scale back on the promotion of Aquaman 2. So a lot of geeks have been talking and saying this is dead in the water. If they're not going to promote, that's not what they said.
Yeah.
They said that they're going to scale back. So what they decided to do is scale back from buying TV ads and cable ads.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, everybody? Most people, at least our age, aren't watching TV or cable.
No.
We're watching, right? We're watching YouTube. We're streaming. That's how we get our information.
Yeah.
So I guess they say Warner Brothers heard that, and they decided the next day to drop the first of a few trailers before Christmas Day, because this movie comes out on Christmas Day. The first trailer was released, and it was viewed more than 1.5 million times within 24 hours.
Yes. Now we've been telling people this, you know, I don't know, since freaking forever about like marketing and what they need to be pushing through, because they have not been listening to a lot of the brand agencies, a lot of the social media agencies and marketing agencies that have been telling them, hey, young people, Gen Z, millennials, now even Gen X is becoming a big denomination in this as well, that people are scaling back from cable because of the economy. People are back from, I know I got rid of my cable about a year and a half ago. I got rid of mine. Because it's an extra $200 to $300 for what? I'm not watching over 5,000 channels. I'm just not doing it. And on top of that, the channels that I do watch, I can curate with the streaming platforms that I want to get for $5 here, $5 here. I would rather have $60 a month than $200 and something a month.
I agree. What are your thoughts, Catrice?
Well, listen, I did a little bit of background research on this, and when I saw that the tickets, you know, the projected sales might not be where it needs to be. I said, does it have something to do with the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation as well? I mean,
let's get into it. Let's get into that. So, of course, a lot of people know that the making of Aquaman 2 was going on when Amber Heard was going through her little court thing. Everybody saw her and Johnny Depp on TV. And her and the I guess it's proven that she defecated in their bed, and she beat him and hit him. She was the aggressor in the domestic violence, right? No, I mean that's what the things that were on TV.
No,
and that's
I'm saying she is so nasty.
Oh, she is, yeah. And then, so allegedly, I guess there's a recently released Netflix documentary, Johnny versus Amber, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, I started watching that 2 weeks ago, honey. It's good.
Is it really?
Good. Oh, yeah. And I'm on episode number 2, but it's really good.
Wow.
It's on Netflix?
So, yeah, it's on Netflix.
And there's a special social media segment as well on how everybody was going crazy on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So it's definitely good.
So I think being that she is a part of this movie, it is hurting her. But we do know that back in April of this year, Warner Brothers called for, because of her trial, they called for reshoots, which happened in July with Jason Momoa and the actor who plays Seamaster, his brother.
July of last year, right?
No, this year, July, just a few months ago. It has already happened, and they had 2 weeks, which is a lot of time to shoot. And allegedly, the final cut now of the film has her decreased by over 60% of what she was. And she is really furious about that and tried to even talk about suing Warner Brothers, like the other chick. What's her name on Marvel side? The one who played Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. It's like you can't sue these companies for anyway. So that whole thing. So Warner Brothers is trying to decrease her presence in the movie, hoping that people will lessen their outrage, right, about how she is, what she did, all the domestic violence against Johnny Depp. A lot of people love him. He has a lot of fans. So because of that, it has hurt the movie. And according to sources, Jason Momoa also did not click with her in the first movie so much. And he kept his relationship very professional in this movie, just getting through the cuts, and he don't even want her back.
He don't like her.
Really?
He don't like her.
He don't want her.
Well, see, I'm going to say this, though. I think it's too soon. I think it's way too soon. We're still, we need about a good 2 years, 2.5 years to get over this whole Johnny Depp situation, because that trial in itself was just overwhelming for a lot of people, especially his fans. So this is not the right time to bring her back yet.
I agree.
I absolutely agree. And Michelle Holly says, men own Hollywood. Sister Amber did not stand a chance. If you look, they proved that she was lying, and that she did indeed do those things to Johnny Depp. So listen, say what you want about Johnny Depp. I'm not saying that he's an innocent person or whatever, but the girl was a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
But you saw his attorney. He has a famous female. She's a very feminist. She was a high power attorney who's known for taking a woman's side in this, and she took his side.
Wow, see, that part I did not know.
Oh yeah, watch his attorney. That girl, it was amazing, and she broke down Amber. She broke her down.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to keep watching I'm going to keep watching it, because I'm telling you, episode 1 was good. Episode 2 is just equally good.
I was hooked on that case after a while. I got hooked up. I got sucked up into that. That case was a little crazy.
I couldn't watch the whole thing. But
we're gonna show a quick snippet because you know how YouTube does.
Yeah.
A quick snippet of "Hey boo, how you doing?"
That's chest, child. Yeah.
Yes. All right, YouTube. We're not gonna do too much. All right, praise God.
Look at that.
Yeah, you guys go out and see the whole trailer. I don't know if you guys checked it out, but it looks really good.
It's really good. All you gotta do is type in Aquaman 2 trailer and it'll come right up. So I'm really excited about it. I don't know if I'm committed because I was really excited about Blue Beetle. I don't know if I was as excited about this because I don't know if it's because originally I was super excited about it, but I don't know if it's because of all the pushbacks and all of the changes and all the stuff. So I'm not like, gung ho for it because I don't trust DC or Marvel right now. I'm just really bad space with them, but we'll see if it even comes out. If it if they delay it again, we don't know. So we'll see. The strike is really taking a toll. But speaking of not trusting,
I think they're gonna delay it.
Do you think they're gonna delay it again?
No.
You don't think so? Oh, you don't
No,
think so?
You know why? Because the trailer, if you look at the trailer, it says it's in IMAX theaters. IMAX theaters across the country have a different contract with movie studios. So you can't just pull your movie from IMAX without suffering some type of
That's
major
true. That's very
blow.
true, actually. Yep.
And then the theaters make double the money because people go to IMAX. So they're not going to they need a check.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, in related news.
In related news,
during the second outing of Brie Larson's Carol Danvers, of course, as Captain America, and we have Monica Rambeau,
Captain Marvel,
Captain. What did I say?
You said Captain America.
Oops, I sure did. Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Miss Marvel.
And wait,
we all know that they have a movie.
So Catrice knows Miss Marvel is on the left, Captain Marvel's in the middle, and Monica Rambeau is on the left, or the right.
Well, I'm looking at all this beautiful hair, child. Okay, I'm looking at that hair.
Yeah. Let's get a little close up on this black queen right here, okay? Because
I'm loving this. I'm loving the girl magic on the screen. Period. I love it.
Well, not too much, but the one in the middle. We'll explain why in a second.
Oh, okay.
We don't trust
this was supposed to be her second film as Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, who's the blonde in the middle. But the writers didn't feel that she could really carry the movie. The first film did okay. So they decided to add the original Captain Marvel, which is Monica Rambeau, the sister here in the middle. She's the original from the comic books.
She's that girl. She's that girl.
And so her power level is insane. You know why.
You know why.
So allegedly during the filming of this movie, Catrice, there was a lot of spotlight put on Monica Rambeau, the sister, Miss Paris, and the blonde had a fit.
A whole fit, like she had a whole.
Because
fit.
She's like, this is Charlie Angels. I'm Beyonce. These girls need to be backup. And Monica Rambeau, this actress, is dynamic. She's amazing. She was in one of the only successful shows during Phase 5, which was what was it? WandaVision. And she was a breakout star. She was a standout star. They really liked her, so she kind of threatened the blondes.
And it revitalized the storyline of Monica Rambeau, because in the comic book world, so you have people who are in just into the movies, and then you have people who are to the comics, and then you have everybody
Right,
It revitalized the people who were fans of Monica Rambeau in the comics, and people started talking about her again. It's like, wait, you do know that this girl has been in here. She's the original Captain Marvel. She's
since the 70s. And I believe she was created by African American too.
Yes, absolutely.
But they buried her.
Yep.
No, we need to go on strike about that. That sister deserves some justice now, doesn't she?
Yes. So There was a lot of talk about this girl fight that was on set, but they said Miss Paris was professional.
But, yeah. She was. We're gonna stay professional because we have a job to do. Because if we even would have rolled our eyes, she would have been gone. But the snow cricket in the middle, all right, she wants to have a little attitude and be a diva. We don't like you, girl.
She had a fit over the original trailer had Monica Rambeau in the middle, and she was like, "Why is she in the middle? Or why was she on top?" It was something about her placement. So there was a whole, you know how she got with her agent and why does she get this?
Yeah, they could have a fit and then everybody starts coddling them.
There it is right there.
Yeah, she was at the top of the trail of the movie. Yeah, there we go. So this was the original poster of the thing. So she
But Brie is in the middle.
Brie is in the middle. She was the focus of the thing. That's what the graphic.
She should be happy.
Right. She should have shut her mouth. but she wants to be a big old. She wants to have that moment, and she was like, "Well, why is she at the top?" Well, guess what, girl? We heard about it. Now we don't like you.
Chill out, Karen. Go sit down.
Go sit down, girl.
Go sit down, Karen.
I think she had a problem with this one. She was like, "Well, why is what's her name in the middle?" Now you had a problem with the brown girl. So you got a problem with the black girl. You got a problem with the brown girl. We don't like you, Brie Larson.
It sounds like talent versus no talent to me. But anyway,
that's a good
I'm just saying.
You're mad because you are not that girl. Your movie was boring and over and long for no damn reason. You never will be that girl.
No, but this makes sense. So anyway, so the news is this just broke 2 days ago concerning this film.
Ooh.
Oh, go ahead and show the trailer first.
I can't do the audio.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. But
the film looks good. It has gotten positive reviews, but Marvel had a very weak Phase 5 and cost them a fortune with Disney Plus. So Disney has said that Marvel, they're cutting back Disney's promotion budget for this film. It's supposed to come out in March. It was supposed to come out this November, but they don't think it's strong enough to be a holiday movie, so they pushed it to March of next year. So they are also cutting the budget and TV ads, cable ads, and they're only going to do online YouTube ads, that sort of thing for this film. So the director of the film came out just 2 days ago stating that she is very disappointed, deeply concerned that the movie itself may not live up to box office expectations, according to what Disney, because Marvel movies make a whole lot of money. So if it comes in just under that, they look at it as a flop.
They do.
And so they're really concerned about that. So they have severely cut the budget and say it's because of the ongoing writer strike that is looming, and Disney's looming debt. Disney is over $400 billion.
Well, girl, nobody told you to pull all of your dang on legal rights and your syndication rights and distribution rights from Netflix, which cost you a freaking fortune when you built your little Disney app. And guess what? You didn't put any money towards new productions and new products. So all we had is a damn repository of all of the Disney stuff and Marvel stuff. We don't need a repository of that. That's why Netflix is still rocking, because they come out with new stuff. Hulu comes out with new stuff. All of these other different places come. Paramount comes out with new seasons and new things, and you have to give them something.
That's how they generate their money. Yeah,
right. You can't just take it. Oh well, and then you got cocky because you thought that you had all these dang on parks, amusement parks, whatever. You thought. Then look what happened. COVID happened. Stupid. Nobody told you to do all that.
$40 billion in debt Disney is. That's
my goodness. $40 billion.
Yes, because they're a global company.
Oh my goodness.
They got theme parks all over the world. They're $40 billion.
But then you want to take forever giving us Wakanda forever.
And they need to hang it up. They need to go back to Netflix. They
need to let the black contents roar. Is what they need to do, because they won't even finish up on Blerd. Did you hear about that, Catrice? Blerd is.
I did not, but I heard something about the Storm. I thought that Storm was supposed to have something coming out as well.
No.
That wasn't that like back in the day.
We will never.
No, you're right.
We will never get a proper Storm movie, because
Halle Berry has been re-signed though. Halle Berry has been re-signed.
I thought I heard something about that. Yeah, now I'm not into it, but I think I heard a little something.
Yes. You're right. So even the second black woman who played Storm in that reboot, she's coming back as Storm too. So they're going to have multiple versions.
They're bringing back all of the people, but what I'm saying, what the Blerds are saying, the black nerds are saying, is that we will never get a proper Storm.
Right.
We don't want a supermodel light-skinned Storm. Okay, I want a voluptuous African queen, dark-skinned African queen, Nubian queen. Okay,
I'm not available. I'm booked. Okay, right. I'm not available.
Girl, if Marvel comes at you with a check like that, you better get unbooked.
Okay, you'll get unbooked.
I'm booked.
You'll get unbooked real quick, girl.
You'll get unbooked real quick. I know that's right. So anyway, that's all of the Maverick alert right now, and that's just both studios are scaling back majorly on any kind of promotion. As we said, cable and TV ads are cut across the board, and they're only doing online ads for both films. So
yes,
they've got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. Well, let's get into some quick Blerd news. And what we have for Blerd news is, where is the Blerd news? There we go.
I don't even know what it is. What is it?
Let's go ahead and get into Blerd news. So for Blerd news, we have absolutely nothing. Because we have nothing because there's a writer's strike. Because the executives won't pay our writers and our workers in the movie industry a livable wage. Our actors,
not the actors, the film, hair and makeup, wardrobe.
Correct.
All those people.
They won't
set
pay them,
designers.
Everybody else, but the actors.
What the world?
The writers, the people who actually write and make these things come to pass. They won't pay them a livable wage, and the big stickler is this AI issue. It is actors, right?
It is the actors, correct. Okay. I was thinking, I was like, for all the streaming platforms, they don't get any royalties.
Right.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard
Only
about
the studio
that.
Makes money, yes. When we play
crazy.
anything. Yeah, that's kind of unfair.
It is.
Yeah, no, it's definitely unfair for sure. They can't allow AI to take over everything. That's ridiculous.
And I don't think that me personally, I'm all about new technology. So you know how I love new technology. I love learning about new things or whatever, but not at the detriment of businesses and brands and people. You know, the work
creative,
the creatives itself. Like, I don't think it's fair that you use my image and likeness. And then say I don't have control over it. That's my face.
And then my work. The people who make these suits, these superhero suits, we see that they literally make them through 3D printing. They sketch them by hand and they 3D print these superhero suits. That comes straight out of the imagination, creativity of somebody's mind. Yeah. And you can watch that Marvel movie, I love this Marvel movie, girl. It's just the best movie ever. And the only people who are making money every time you watch that movie is the studio. Yeah. And so these regular people who just do wardrobe, they don't make a fortune. Yeah. They're blue. Yeah. You know what? So they need their coin as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's only fair. You know, it's only fair that you do that, especially taking someone's image and likeness and saying, no, you can't utilize it. That's my face, girl.
And we know makeup artists win awards, right? Makeup artists, they win awards for all this creativity. And you pay me for my labor that day, and then I don't get nothing, though you watching my work for years to come. That's not fair.
No, that's not
fair
at
all.
No.
That's not fair at all.
Where's my credit?
Where's my credit? Where's my money?
And where's my coin?
Where is my point? Okay. And I also think that what's really frustrating about the whole thing also is the fact that oftentimes when nobody looks at the jobs that are being lost for things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody's looking at the overall how this can affect people's living. You know, like and then I don't know if you guys have seen P-Valley. But one of the actresses on P-Valley did a I think it was an Instagram post or maybe it was a TikTok. But she did a post that she was showing her check from SAG-AFTRA, and it was 32 cents.
Yeah. Brandy. I think her name was Brandy.
Exactly. Yes, it was. Yeah. Yep.
People forget that their healthcare benefits are also connected. So how can they even go? Get checked up. Yep. Women's health is a big deal. Everything concerning healthcare, and you won't even give them residuals so they could even pay the minimum cost to come. I mean,
but you all know what it's about, and keeping the money within themselves and being the 1%. You know what I mean? And letting everybody else fall by the wayside. But that's so unfair. Right. So unfair. I love P-Valley too, Michelle.
I'm a huge fan of P-Valley. And we're probably not gonna, because it was already delayed. We were not gonna get it for it because they didn't know that because it got so popular in the last season. They weren't expecting to do another season, but it was overwhelmingly popular that they ordered another season for them. But so they were already going to be delayed to 2024. We don't know if we're going to get it now because of the strike. Y'all are enjoying the shows now. Y'all don't understand how long it takes for a show to kind of come to fruition and what goes into all of that. So we're gonna be watching reruns. People gonna be mad. People gonna be mad
Yeah,
at that point.
we need another season to people. They need to hurry this up so they can get back to work.
It's gonna
deserve that much.
We'll see how it goes. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna get into some Maverick talk and talk about this amazing human being that is Alitha Martinez. So stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this. Oh, and don't forget, you guys, you can go ahead and always make sure that you're texting Blades to 833-793-2423 to get notifications when we upload or we go live. All right, guys. We'll see you on the other side.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking all boundaries and embracing believers from all walks of life. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break, and love triumphs.
Step away from the chaos and noise of your daily life. Experience moments for yourself that are calm, serene, and full of peace. A necessary respite to foster growth within you, because self-care should be luxurious. LatinXNerds.
I don't know what happened on that during the commercial, you guys, but thank you so much for tuning back in and sticking with us. It's a lot of glitches going on. The devil is
Did you see him, Catrice? I saw the commercial.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay, because there was something going on with my computer and everything froze, so I didn't know what happened.
Oh no, you're good. I saw the commercials.
Okay, good. Praise God. We like to hear that. All right.
We heard that LatinXNerds.
Yes.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. We appreciate you. If you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. All right, y'all. Let's get into some Maverick talk. Y'all are about. Let's get into some Maverick talk real quick. And today we're talking about the one and only Alitha Martinez, and I'm so excited to talk about her because we just been on it with these queens, y'all. Last week in our series, we first talked about Halim Flowers, amazing human being, got through all of the went to prison for 20 years. Well, he was falsely accused, right? Was he falsely accused?
Yeah, he was falsely accused, and he was in solitary. Remember, for 2 decades.
Yes, for 2 decades he was in solitary confinement. He got out and made a change and changed his life and started doing amazing work for Marvel. So this
DC.
is where he's at. And DC, excuse me. And then we learned about Afua Richardson, which she was. Refresh my memory on her. She was the first. Or am I thinking of Dr. The one last week?
That's last week. She didn't win anything. This one.
But
so far.
What did she do? I forget what she did. Oh my God, I don't have my notes in front of me.
She did a series for Wakanda Forever. She did beautiful artwork and story, I believe.
Yes, and then we talked about Matt Baker, who was allegedly, we have to say allegedly.
He's a confirmed bachelor for sure. We know what that means.
A confirmed bachelor?
Look at that picture, Catrice. He took this picture in the 1940s on the pier in New York. We all know what happened, right? Do we understand?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know about the pier, baby.
And he wrote romance novels, erotic stories that really involved only men.
Ooh.
We have to say allegedly legally because he never came out and said that he was gay.
And he lived in Greenwich Village.
I was going to say he's probably gone by now.
Oh, he passed away.
Yeah.
But he had a roommate who allegedly said that he they were more than roommates, but that's a legend. Anywho,
very handsome.
Very handsome man. Most of us are. Anyway, so
yes.
And then last week we not Aflua. Oh my God, what am I forgetting?
Dr. Sheena Howard.
Thank you, Dr. Sheena Howard. Last week she won. What was the award that was?
She was the first Eisner.
The first Eisner Award, the first Black female Eisner Award, awardee rather, which is like an Oscar in the comic book world. So shout out to you, Queen. But today we're going to be talking about someone also special. Who is Alitha Martinez? Okay, we want to talk about this because, y'all. I think it's important to make sure that we understand our history, that we understand what who makes these amazing strides in the world. So especially when it comes to the comic world, because it's so male white dominant actually. So Alitha E. Martinez is a Latinx freelancer artist from New York. Hey, New York. Her comic book career began in the early 90s by accident. She knew nothing about comics, which is awesome because we have someone who doesn't really know too much about comics who is joining us today. But she is willing to be brave and courageous. We thank you, Catrice, for being in here. But she knew nothing about comics, but she was a talented artist. In 1999, she got her big break when her talent was recognized by Marvel Comics editor Joe Quesada, who then hired her as his assistant. Since then, Martinez's career has gone from strength to strength, leading her to work for all of the major comic book publishers, breaking glass ceilings in the world of publishing. Martinez is best known for her work on Marvel's Iron Man and DC's Batgirl comics. After illustrating the miniseries Black Panther World of Wakanda for Marvel and Lazarus 66, Martinez teamed up with writer Devin Grayson and publisher Humanoids. Alitha Martinez became the second Black woman to win this most prestigious Eisner Award in 2018, equal to an Oscar. Most people of color go ignored and overlooked in this white-dominated billion-dollar industry. Alitha's and a few other trailblazers can now choose projects of color. For a decade, currently, Alitha is being praised for bringing 1970s DC character Nubia to life with her current works. Now, Nubia, for you guys,
speak louder. You're skipping.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So you guys know that Nubia is the sister of the twin sister of Wonder Woman, and she has gone widely ignored. But we'll get into that in a couple of minutes. Let's see. Discover her new story as she draws Nubia, twin sister of Wonder Woman, winner of GLAAD Media Award for Outstanding Comic Book in 2018. In recent years, she helped create the artwork, including cover art, for a special commemorative issue of Riverdale by Archie Comics. Martinez penciled most of the first 5 issues of World of Wakanda, a spinoff from the Marvel Comics Black Panther title that was primarily written by Roxane Gay. In 2017, she was a guest artist for the limited series Lazarus X Plus 266 from Image Comics, written by Greg Rucker. She also worked on 5 issues of Marvel Comics Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. In 2019, Martinez released the series Omni with writer Devin K. Grayson for the Humanoids Publishing comic line. And in 2020, art by Martinez was included in the exhibit Women in Comics, looking back at the Society of Illustrators in New York City. What a woman. My God.
Wow.
What a woman.
Wow.
That's amazing.
To get an Eisner is not an easy task. To get more.
Your sound is out.
Are you having
Can you hear Catrice?
He's going out a little bit.
Yeah.
What?
I can hear you now, clear.
I don't know why it's better now?
Okay. Say something again.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine now.
Okay, I just turned up my mic. I apologize. But yeah, so like I was saying, like, you know, it's amazing to see Black women, women of color, just kind of achieve these big things, especially in such a white male dominated industry, such as comic book world. And I wanted to, one of the things that I wanted to ask you, Catrice, and I'm sure Dominic can attest to this, is that you have kind of paved the way in the lane that you are in your blogging, as being one of the few Black female bloggers that specifically talks about church issues and things going on in the church. And then you're an author as well, so that is like, you know, a Black female author, which is, I mean, there's not, people write books, but it's not like, you know, they're really pushing it because nobody really looks at Black women, you know, and what they do. And so what are your thoughts on, first of all, what Alitha has done, and also your experience in male dominated worlds, specifically white male dominated worlds?
Oh, Jesus. Well, first of all, I did a little research about Martinez before this morning when I was at the gym, and I was pleasantly surprised to learn that she's illustrated for over 20 covers. So that was impressive to me, number one. You know, anything that we can do to pave the way, of course, is going to be monumental. I know right now for myself as a female in the Black blogging space, it's a pretty interesting one, because I try to, you know, I'm the type of person that keeps my head down and focused, which is what we mostly do as women. You know, we try to, when we have a goal that we want to set, we just, you know, keep our head down and we just stay focused on what we want to do and the goal, you know. And of course, like, you know, staying out of the noise, staying away from all the drama, staying out and just focusing in. That's the biggest piece. So, but I was pleasantly surprised about this queen here, that she's done such a phenomenal job. And, you know, I'm looking forward to learning more about her, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to more achievements by her. Dominic, what are your thoughts?
No, I totally agree. I'm just soaking in what Catrice had said. And it's interesting to hear a Black woman talk about her experience in corporate America and a white male dominated world. As a Black man, of course, it's similar but different. You know, so of course we have to stay quiet. We have to, you know, put on the smile all the time, and it's really interesting. And I'm so happy that number one, I believe she's Gen X, so shout out to Gen X. You know, and then I see that what really pulled my eye is that she did a lot of great work. She did Wakanda Forever, but we have talked about a lot of people who only work on Black Panther or Wakanda Forever, if you notice in the series. A lot of people. So it's like, well, who else? There are far more Black characters than just Black Panther and Wakanda. So to hear how she crossed the aisle, and DC said, what do you want to work on, Eisner winner? You can pick and choose whatever project you want to work on. And currently, she is really bringing Wonder Woman's twin sister. Wonder Woman is the third largest DC character ever. On a power scale, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Martian Manhunter, three people moved the entire planet. That's how strong she is. She is the daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta. And to know that in the 1970s, the story was that there was a doll made out of brown clay and then red clay. And we always look at the red clay for whatever reason. But Nubia is just as powerful as her twin sister. They are equally matched. In fact, in comic book lore, Nubia is a better combat fighter than Diana. And her story is, she is the reason why you don't see her with everybody else is because they sent her over to South America. And the actual Amazon, she is the queen of the Amazon. So we don't see any of those stories. We don't see anything like that. So I'm just so impressed that she decided to take a very obscure character and really write. Because Kwame, you have some of the artwork that she did, right?
Yes.
For Nubia.
Not for Nubia.
Yeah, I sent you some artwork for Nubia.
Oh, let me see if I can pull it up here.
It's just this so gorgeous to see a Black woman, which in real life we see Black women who actually look like this.
Yeah.
But to see a Black woman, Nubia, to see her in the comic book with all of her regalness and her power and strength.
Oh,
there she is.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
And guys, she's drawn multiple comic books of Nubia. And that is her most current project, Nubia. I want to keep pushing that because Nubia is a really, really, really big deal. And if we make more noise about this Nubian queen, she is the queen of she is that girl.
Yeah. In the comic, it's not the original Ursula a Black character. In the comic, you talking about from Little Mermaid?
That's not a comic.
Yeah, I don't think that's a comic.
I was gonna say, I have a lot of black men that are my friends that have, Black girls as children, and as I was studying, I was sending them the artwork that you all sent me and the stuff, and I said, you've been looking for representation for your daughters. Here it is.
Yeah,
this is it right here. You know, so thank you all for putting me onto that for sure.
And Catrice,
please check out some of her other artwork. It's just gorgeous. Her hair and I wish I would have sent you more Nubia stuff because she is.
I'm gonna look it up when I get off the line, honey.
And to your point, Catrice, like that's one of the reasons why the Little Mermaid with Halle Bailey playing the Little Mermaid was such an important revolutionary thing and why it was such a big deal because we don't get a lot of representation for our girls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just got Black Panther. We just got Black Panther, Yeah. And say, well, you had Storm or whatever. And one of the frustrating things, because even with the original 90s X-Men cartoon with Storm was always portrayed as this kind of weak, kind of like, oh, well, if you put her, because she's claustrophobic, that's one of her weaknesses. But they overhyped that, and so every time she was like, thrown under rubble, and she was, going crazy, and she lost power or whatever. But in the comic, she is an Omega level character. She rivals the Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't like really emphasize that. So that's one of the reasons why at least Black nerds have such an issue, especially Black Marvel fans have such an issue with Marvel when it comes to Black representation. Look how long it took for us to get Black Panther. Look what they did with Blade. You know what I'm saying? Dominic spoke about Black Panther for a while ago. Wesley Snipes was supposed to play Black Panther originally, and he was fighting to get a Black Panther, and he eventually aged out. You know what I'm saying? So, and they were like,
he said that their argument was that nobody's gonna come and see a Black man be a superhero. Right. That's not profitable. He said that's what the studio kept telling him.
Well, they ate their words with Black Panther now, didn't they?
They did.
And they came for Blade.
Yep.
Blade made a lot of money.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The original Blade.
Yeah, I remember that.
They made a ton of money, and it is it's just frustrating that we don't get the respect that is needed. And also going back to the whole like Nubia, like Dominic was saying, Nubia is that girl. You know what I'm saying?
She definitely is that girl.
Look, really I was trying to see you more pictures. I was trying to go online real fast to see you some more pictures. The covers are just so gorgeous of her with all of her beautiful curly Black hair and her dark skin. Just to see that represented in such a regal and she's dripping with gold and joy. Just to see that, I was just like, wow, it's breathtaking.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why they hesitated with Black Panther, because he is the richest man on earth. You know what I'm saying? So
in the Marvel universe,
richest man. Everybody was pushing Tony Stark, and he's a smart. Shuri is so. I had an argument actually with somebody in on another YouTube video that was about like who would be. It was a what do you call a poll? Who you think is smarter, Shuri or Tony Stark? And absolutely, it would be Shuri. Okay, she has more resources. She's smarter. And to be quite honest, if we want to really go deep diving, it's actually Ironheart that would be smarter than all of them. But that's a whole nother conversation. So, and Ironheart is another black girl, but nobody pushes Ironheart. That's been canceled. You see why I get frustrated with Marvel? They give us something. It's like you cancel all of our stuff, and we still. And I bet you don't even know who Vixen is, Catrice.
I don't know.
Vixen is the Black Panther of DC Comics. So she would be considered the Black Panther of DC Comics. Okay. She is that girl.
She could take him on. She could whip his behind.
She probably could take
him. I have to check that out.
She could probably make him kneel. That's how strong she is. She's that girl.
African queen, just regal. Yeah,
it's frustrating.
And the richest man in the DC universe is a black man named Mr. Terrific, who is the smartest man.
I have heard of him. Yeah,
he's a really big deal. But so hopefully we're gonna see more.
Nothing on him.
But this is why it's so important for people like Alitha and everyone that we talked about, because our black children, and not just our black children, but all minorities, all people, period, because white people need to see this too. Because they've been taught in such an ignorant way. So it's people like this are breaking glass ceilings at first. And let me also say that we talked about Dr. Sheena Howard, right? We just talked about her being the first Eisner winner. She won in 2014. Here we are. Here we are with Dr. Howard. And so she's from New York too, right? I think she's from New York, Baltimore, somewhere around. So, and then now here we have Alitha, who is the second, and she won in 2018.
Yep.
And since then, we have had no one.
Wow.
So that's how big it is. But here she is saying, "Hey DC, I'll come work for you only if you let me dust the archives off Nubia and create a whole franchise for you there." Because her goal is to show that black people, we generate wealth as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And just to kind of like, I mean, I know that, some people, will look at comics and says, "Oh, but that's not really my thing." I get it. I understand that. Like, it's not everybody's thing. But I think for me, I want my kids to always see black representation, because I didn't really see a lot of me growing up. I want them to see black LGBTQIA plus, representation. I want them to see black female representation. I want them to see black male representation. I want them to see black representation more and more. And that's one of the things that I think Gen Z gets to have, that I think even older millennials and even Gen X and even even boomers didn't really get to experience as much.
Oh no.
So we have to keep pushing representation, because it could slip from us. They're already trying to take critical race theory and all these different things in our history away. We need to make sure that we're keeping and protecting the image of black women too. And so I think that is important for me, as we move forward, is to protect the image of black women and what they represent, and making sure that you guys have voices and spaces, and using our privilege as males to get into those spaces to cover you guys as you pave the way through. And I think that's something that's not really, being utilized. Yeah.
We need to cover each other, because
we definitely do.
Yeah.
I was going to say that with the representation, I think that we have to hold each other accountable as well. You know what I mean? And we're setting the right, model for the next generation. So we don't have a lot.
No.
But the people that the women that we do have, we want to, make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And people like Alitha and Dr. Sheena are trying to relabel and rebrand instead of comics, because that sounds beneath me type of. So they're trying to rephrase it to graphic novels.
Yeah.
Because it is a novel.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a series. They sell a lot of publications. People don't realize how much money and how much they sell. Yeah. So they truly are graphic novels. So that's another way to look at comic books in its term of graphic novels, because that's what they are.
Yeah. Yeah. And Michelle Holly brought up something that really pissed me off with Tom Swift. Tom Swift was amazing, a dope show that really. They tried everything, y'all. They tried to put it in a bad time slot. They tried to lower the advertisement on it, and it still was one of the top shows of the what's the universe?
CW.
The CW still was one of the top shows. But did they give it a season 2? No, they did.
It did well on Max too, or HBO Max.
They phenomenal on Max.
So Tom Swift is a comic book that is not connected to Marvel or DC, but was written over 100 years ago by a black man, and it's about a gay black genius, a tech genius.
Yep.
And they didn't give it a season 2.
No, and this was a standalone, as I said. It was written, I believe, in the 1920s.
Wow.
And it did very well as a graphic novel, because it truly was a graphic novel, hardcover and all of that. And so they tried to convert it into a TV show. So they got one season, and it just didn't really turn out so well, because obviously you're talking about a dark-skinned black man openly showing his sexuality, being free. You know, his family had there was some sensitivity and homophobia, but overall he was who he was, and he was a billionaire. And so they didn't want to see that, so they canceled that real quick. But that was because the evangelicals purchased that network. We know that.
Lord. Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
There you go with that one.
The same ones we seen. Well, let me be quiet, because I don't want to. This is another show. I was going to say the same ones that we see documentaries on. Want to sit there and tell us?
Correct. Really, that's for real.
Absolutely.
They bought that network, so of course they're going to show
bought the network, but the father was out here shucking. Okay.
Well, it's not appropriate to see a black man kiss another black
gay man.
They wanted to see, so what he wanted to see a little. Anyway, I don't want to do that on your show.
A rich black.
No, I was going to say a little white boy, but I didn't want to say that on your show, because that's what Frank was doing, allegedly.
That would have been okay.
That's a mess.
A hot mess. But we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna save that for another show.
We're gonna table that one.
We're gonna table that one. Catrice, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. You are always welcome on here. You are our sis. We love you, and we honor you for just creating space and being brave. Be like, I don't know this topic, but I'm gonna go ahead and come over.
I thought that was coming. I'm here. Okay, thank you for having me. I had a great time.
Please, please come back anytime. You have an open invitation to come back anytime you want. And y'all, make sure you guys get this book here. Okay, it's called Triumph Over Adversity.
Oh, thank you.
You can go on Amazon.com and grab it. Okay.
It's a quick read.
And all you got is Catrice Downs. Okay, Triumph Over Adversity. It's the one with the flower on the cover. Okay, there's no excuse for you not to see it. Okay.
You've got multiple books, right?
You said what now?
There are multiple books out there, so just pick up whatever that you see Catrice down.
Yes. I have business books as well, but mostly this is my main one for you too, for sure. Thank you all so much for that.
Cool. Look at that. No, that's right.
Let me go over to Amazon right quick. Get these other.
So
books.
Of course, we are celebrating 100 years as you do that. Oh, were you doing that? Oh,
no, I was.
Oh, let me shut up then. You go ahead. I say, of course, everyone, don't forget, we are celebrating 100 years of people of color in comics or graphic novels, depending on how you want to say it. And so we have been there as a people since the very beginning of this multi-billion-dollar industry. So don't forget, right, Kwame, to support our good sis who we've been talking about. She has a lot of work.
Yes, and thank you, Dr. Holt, one of our mods, one of our best mods up in these YouTube streets. Right. Go over there and subscribe to Catrice now, so we can talk about the right hand of the fellowship.
The right hand, Dr. Holt.
Fitly joined together. Fitly joined together. Okay.
Yes, praise them. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Go ahead and hit us on the Catch Up if you feel so inclined. Kwame C86 or Dominic at Dominic L. Pruitt. Praise God. And Catrice, what's your Catch Up, girl?
$$ Catrice Downs. $Catrice Downs.
Go ahead and hit us up. Bless the people. And if you're listening to this on replay, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you for watching us and listening to us. If you're listening to us on Bullet and Flight Radio, thank you so much, pilots. We appreciate you. Go ahead and stay connected with us by texting Blaze to 833-793-2423. Again, that's 833-793-2423. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out. And we love you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to check out all of Pyro Media Network on all social media platforms at Pyro Media Network, everywhere. TikTok, Twitter. Well, I don't know how much longer we're gonna be on Twitter.
I know I hate Twitter.
Twitter's getting
about Threads.
And you know what?
Threads,
I have to say, Sister Michelle Holly sent me a beautiful message. And she said, we need to do longer than an hour. She said, that's too short. Hours too short. That's so funny. She was having such a good time.
Bless you. Well, check if you guys want to. We can still deep dive on some stuff on our podcast. So look out for it's coming out next week. If I'm gonna take, it was supposed to come out this Tuesday. That was my fault. Don't blame the team. It was me. But it's coming out next week. Stay blessed. Stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one, y'all. And don't forget, stay unusual. We'll see you on the next one, y'all. Bye.